live young. Once again, good evening. This is the Bangkok broadcasting live at Ratchaprasong intersection, where thousands of people are gathering to call for three demands. The first one being the resignation of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, and the second one is to call for the Parliament to open door for charter rewrite, and the third one is for the monarchy to reform. And also they have added another demand, which is to release the protest leaders who were arrested yesterday. We are so sorry. We will be facing with continual interruption because the internet signal is so poor, but we are trying our best to find the best spot to do the live broadcast and present you what is happening in Thailand. Once again, this is the Bangkok Post broadcasting live on Skywalk leading to Chitlom BTS station. And just some backgrounds for those of you who do not follow Thai politics, at Ratchaprasong intersection, this is a very historical moment. The protesters have chosen this place because 2010, 10 years ago, the Ratcha's protesters, they staged a demonstration against the then Prime Minister Ratchaprasong here 10 years ago, and they were faced with a harsh crackdown from the government at that time. That's why the protesters are gathering here today as a sign commemoration to that particular event. Also, yesterday there was another demonstration at the Democracy Monument at Ratchaprasong Avenue, where tens of thousands of protesters were gathering in a march to the government house. I have to tell you a bit of background. Yesterday, the protest leader Anon Nampa urged the protesters to come out at 8 a.m. because otherwise, he said, the protesters will not be able to reach a democracy monument, because at the same time the yellow shirt wearing people were gathering along Ratchaprasong Avenue. They said that they were waiting for the royal motorcade of the king and the queen at that time. So the protest leaders, they were saying that the people were in fact recruited by the state who were trying to instigate violence against the protesters. However, yesterday no violence occurred, and the protesters were able to march to the government house. However, they were faced with some roadblocks set up by the police, but they were successfully negotiated their way to the government house, and at around 7 p.m. the protesters were able to reach Makawan Rangsan Bridge, where they set up four stages, where they intended to stay overnight to call for the resignation of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. However, at 4 a.m. in the morning, the police force were dispatched and the protest was dispersed, along with three protest leaders who were arrested, Mr. Anon Nampa, Panasaya Rung, and the other one, Penguin Prit. They were all arrested. So now the protesters, under the name the People's Party, are now protesting for the release of their friends who were arrested. Now we are going to try to bring you closer to the main protest, but we are on the skywalk leading up to Chitlom BTS station. Just for the foreigners, or for those of you who are staying in Thailand but have no background in Thai politics, on the left hand side this is Amarin Center, and on the right hand side is Intercontinental Hotel. Along that way is Quezon Plaza, and this way is Erawan Shopping Center. This is a very crucial intersection. It's a very strategic avenue in Thailand. It is at the heart of Bangkok, because if you go to that way it's Chitlom and Planchit, and if you go to that way it's Siam. You know, this is a very strategic place. And at around 3 p.m. When the protesters were starting to gather here, the police were sent here to negotiate with the protesters. They cited the emergency decree issued by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, barring the gathering of more than 5 people. But the protesters did not relent. They were pressing on. They were pressing the barricade set up by the police, and now they were able to fill up the Ratchaprasong Road And we're gonna take you closer, but I have to tell you, please bear with us. We are facing with so many technical difficulty. First of all, the internet connection is so poor. Second, the sound system is horrible. Even this is a new one. I'm not trying to blame the brand, but we are trying our best. Who will hold the camera for me? Will you stay with me for a while? You have to leave เหรอ ช่วยถือก่อนได้ไหม ขอบคุณมากๆ I'm such a parasite. I let the passerby holding cameras for me, so thank you so much for those of you who are staying with us. This protest is organized under the name the People's Party. The name was derived from 74 years ago when an anti-establishment party was set up, and they were trying to annihilate the then status quo of Thai society, but they failed. ขอบคุณมาก So these protesters are channeling the spirit of that particular anti-establishment movement. They said that they want to carry the torch forward and finish what the Khanak Rat at that time left off. So here we have the People's Party or Khanak Rat 2020, which is the combination of the two groups. The first one being the United Front for Thammasat and demonstration led by Parit Shivarak or Penguin, and the other one, the Free People and Free Youth, a movement led by Tate Ford เรื่องประกิจไพศาลเสรีปะ Yes. So they now merge into this one group called the People's Party, and they are very insistent on staying overnight here at Ratchaprasong intersection. So come with us, we're gonna take you around, but if we got cut off, it's because of internet connection. Now, this is a banner. Can I interview you? ขอสัมภาษณ์หน่อยได้ไหมครับก็ภาษาไทยก็ได้เดี๋ยวแปลเป็นภาษาอังกฤษ Why are you here today? วันนี้มาทำอะไรครับร่วมชุมนุมครับอะไรนะครับร่วมชุมนุมครับHe's here to participate in the gathering. ทำไมถึงต้องมาครับวันนี้
เพราะว่ารู้สึกเดียวกันครับผม
because I feel like I need to be with the people. แล้วนี่ป้ายบอกว่าประยุทธ์ bleep the unfortunate one. He failed public administration. What is this? แย่มากOkay, get out. Oh, bleep the Prime Minister. สอบตก they failed the test. Yes, failed the test, but we cannot translate disparaging comments nor insult, so we're gonna leave it at that. So now people are starting to gather along the skywalk leading up to the BTS Chitlom station, and the main stage is at the Ratchaprasong intersection. We're gonna take you there. For those of you who don't know where this particular place, it is a very famous tourist destination, because over there we have a Brahma statue, very famous for Chinese tourists. They come here, millions of them come here every year to visit and pray for good fortune. And on the fourth side we have luxurious department store. This is a very strategic place. Come. Once again, thank you for those of you who are holding the equipment for me. Thank you. สวัสดีสบายดีไหมสัมภาษณ์ได้ไหมได้ Okay, so we've met with another reporter, and he's from the Standard. So he's gonna give interview in Thai, and I'm gonna do a simultaneous translation in English. So tell me, what's the situation? What do you see now? วันนี้เห็นอะไรบ้างตอนนี้
นะครับ
พูดเลย
แต่เดิมเนี่ยพื้นที่บริเวณนี้
Usually this place cannot be accessed.
เมื่อกี้ไปถามทางเจ้าหน้าที่ว่าทำไมถึงปล่อย
So I asked the officials why they let the people come up.
ประชาชนพยายามดันทั้งสองฝั่งก็เลยสามารถขึ้นมาได้แต่เดิมปิดหมด
So officers said that they allow people up here because nobody was pushing the police forces. เพราะว่าตรงนู้นที่ขึ้นไม่ได้so they put up barricades because they don't want people to get up here, but now they let people come up ใช่ไหมโอเค
ต้องดูว่าทำไมเจ้าหน้าที่ถึงปล่อยให้ขึ้นมาแบบนี้เพราะโดยปกติแล้วการรักษาความปลอดภัยด้านบนเนี่ยเขาจะไม่ขึ้นก็เป็นที่น่าสังเกต
Okay, so upon the observation here from Mr. Thanakorn, another prominent journalist from the Standard, he's saying that it's a point of observation whether why the officers have let people up here on the skywalk. Thank you so much. So the standards will also be covering the event. ตอนนี้อยู่ข้างในป่ะครับ
อยู่
ทำไมมีอินเทอร์เน็ตอ่ะ
ก็
นั่นแหละเข้าใจ สู้ๆ so for those of you who are criticizing the Thai we are not doing our job. Actually, most of us are here today, but due to some limitations, some of us may not be able to present you with a comprehensive report of what is happening. But we, the Bangkok Post, we are with the people. No matter side you are on, no matter ideology you side with, we are here with you and we are trying to give you impartial and unbiased information because we are ให้สัมภาษณ์ไหมครับ Why are you here today? You cannot just pop up and do this. You have to give interview ด้วยไอ้นายกหูคุ้ยออกไป Sorry. Yeah, that's just about it. So we're not responsible for what's being said on about the protesters. We are here. You want to give interview? สัมภาษณ์ Come on. แต่ว่าไม่มีคำหยาบนะ
ครับผม
Be civil. You cannot blurt insult. Why are you here? วันนี้มาทำไม
For my future
เพราะอะไรอ่ะ Why
ผมคิดว่าอนาคตผม
I think my future
ผมไม่อยากให้ผมอยากให้อนาคตของผม
I want my future
ของครอบครัวผม
from my family's future
แฟนของผม
my girlfriend or boyfriend
girlfriend
because we have to be politically correct I have to ask him first
อยากมีอนาคตที่ดี
we have better future we want better future เราคิดว่าคืนนี้there was a speculation about another possible crackdown on the protesters are you afraid of that กลัวไหมที่เกิดว่าจะมี crackdown อีกรอบนึงจะมีการสลายการชุมนุมเหมือนเมื่อเช้า
มันถึงจุดที่ต้องกลัวว่าอนาคตเราจะแย่มากกว่า
We have come to a point where we are more afraid of our future of our worst future
ครับไม่มีอะไรจะเสียแล้วครับ
There's nothing to lose here ขอบคุณมากครับ So now move forward to the intersection but if the connection was lost we have to come back here because this is the spot where Now, more and more people are starting to come and reinforce the protest. We were at